Okay, trade recap. And this is one of those annoying trades where you look at it like this, it looks like a win, but this was actually a break even. And I got stopped to the pip as well. And then we smash take profit, which is annoying, but it happened and I can't really do anything about it now. So let's actually go over what happened. On the daily time frame here, the draw, or my draw on liquidity, was these relative equal highs that I knew we could push towards. But to me we did not really have a clear narrative, meaning we did not really have a clear discount array that could push us higher. On the weekly, we are about to potentially create this weekly bullish fair value gap, which means that we should not trade towards this first candle's high, because that would prevent the fair value gap from being created and potentially indicate lower prices coming. So here on the 4-hour, we were stuck in a consolidation here and did not really do anything. But we knew that from last week, last Thursday, we created this bearish 4-hour fair value gap that we tried to push lower from. We gave a rejection, but we never actually followed through and created a new 4-hour bearish fair value gap. Instead, we pushed up here, took out the swing high that came into the 4-hour fair value gap, tried to push lower again, never ended up doing so, and at the point where I was looking at the charts, we were at around this area right here. So we were very close to this 4-hour swing high, which was my short-term draw on liquidity. On the 15 minutes, or actually on the 1 hour, at that time we did not have a 1 hour for value gap higher at that moment in time that we could push higher from. But on the 15 minutes, we did have this 15-minute fair value gap, which I used to enter my trade and target these highs. However, here we can see that before we came into this 50-minute value gap, we were respecting this swing high with this wick right here, indicating a pretty aggressive move lower. When we respect a premium array with this, with such a long wick, that indicates that we might come into this 50-minute value gap with a lot of momentum and can cause a deeper retracement into the PD array. So on the 1 minute, that was exactly why I did not enter on this 1 minute ST, because here I was expecting, since we did come into it with such momentum, that we did push lower again, potentially sweeping the previous candle low on the 50 minutes, but we actually swept it 1 minute before, and then we got the 1 minute ST again after taking out that low. So I entered on that creation off of that 1 minute ST and on the 1 hour as well. Thought process here. Okay, remove that, clear up the chart a little bit. I did not want, it was very important for me that price did not come to this area right here, because that would prevent a 1 hour fair value gap from being created, which would also create suspicious price action in my eyes. So this was perfect. When we just came down, we swept it with a wick and then displaced higher. That was my entry. I went break even as soon as we had a actually as soon as we swept this and we started displacing higher as well. I went break even, and we can see here that we got tapped out right to the pip here, actually because of spread, but yeah, I got tapped out, and then we flew higher towards my take profit, which today was a 1 to 3 RR, because I am working with I'm trying to refine my risk management strategy, because since I'm scalping pretty large amount of lots, the commissions stack up, meaning I have to target a higher RR to not make the commissions seem so expensive. So that is what I'm currently trying to refine and work on. But yeah, a break-even trade. Bias was correct. Just got tapped out just before take profit hit. It sucks, but I can't really do anything about it. Okay, let's quickly before I end this go over why we potentially came down and swept this lower here. Oops. And I do have my suspicions because we actually ended up creating that 1 hour fair value gap here. Also at this swing high, which could have caused uncertainty in price and therefore caused a sweep of this 1 minute short term low. So that is what could have happened. Obviously I'm not 100% sure, but since price did have the 1 hour value gap below, it could have caused uncertainty in price, making it do weird stuff before actually following through. So that was the trade recap.